Good morning everyone, my name is Nikhil Lokam and I am back with my C++ tutorial. So today we will be learning what are functions. So function is a listed statement or list of statements. So let's create our main function. You can only have one main function where we do all our coding. So int main, as you guys know, curly braces. I like my curly braces down. And let's initialize some variables. Int a is equal to 0. Int b is equal to 3. Let's keep system.pause because we want to see what the console wants to say us. And then we say return 0. Let's examine this function before we create our own functions. So int main is a predefined function created by the C++ programmer who launched the C++ versions. So basically you're initializing two variables a and b for 0 and 3, and we're returning 0. So you might be wondering, why return? What is return? So basically, if this there are two types of functions. One is a returnable function, which is int main here, and another one is a non-returnable function, which is called a void function. Let's see examples for a void function. I'm going to keep it down here. I'm going to tell you the reason to keep it below the main function. So let's do void add, or actually print sum. Let's keep it empty parameters for now. And now let's say cout 1 plus 2 is equal to 1 plus 2 and then line. Now when we call this void print sum, we're going to see something happening. Sum, curly braces, and semicolon. That's the basic function call. So that statement there, print sum, is called a function call. I'm also going to be posting the code in the description. So if you guys miss something or can't see the number clearly, just see the description below the video and you will be able to see it. I'm also going to be launching my website soon where I'll be keeping all these codes for you. It's probably going to be I'll look over it, don't worry. So this is called a function call. Now when we run this program, we're going to get, oh, there are some errors. What's happening? So the reason it didn't run is that the main function is gonna, like, the program is gonna go from top, or the number 1 line, to number 20. So as it goes and hits main. It goes, let's see what's in main. It sees that there's two variables. We saw that in the previous videos, how we should initialize variables and types. Now it goes and hits the function call. So it'll be like, oh, there's a function here. Let's go see what this function means. And it goes from here, it goes to the top, searching for the function. And it comes and hits the main function again. It goes crazy. And it says that I cannot find the function you're saying. But what's this? We have the function right here. The way the function call works is it only goes to the top of the main function and it'll scan until the main function. If you don't have the function over there, it will not be running. So you can just take this and keep it up there, but that's not a good practice. A professional practice is that to use prototypes. What are prototypes, you may ask? Prototypes are a skeleton code, skeleton function with no definition in them. So basically, to make a prototype, you keep the data type of the function, which it's void print sum parentheses and semicolon. That's all you do. Now you see that green line shouldn't be there. Oh, my bad. So if you can see now, if you run this, it's gonna display 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Okay, now that we have the prototype set up, now let's run the program. If you can, the program is basically going to display 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 on any good day. As you can see, it's 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. That's what we wanted, and that's what we got. Now, why use a prototype is you can skip using prototypes, but the reason you use prototype is that you can comment this and say that it prints the sum. So if you so when you get to your profession and professional life, you keep on passing your code to your peers or your fellow employees who work with you. And when you pass them, they have no clue on how you coded this project. And if you keep prototypes, it's much easier for them to grasp from the first look on the top of the page to see, he used these functions and these functions do this stuff. But if you're not a fan of prototype, by all means keep the main function at the bottom, and you can keep this on the top. It runs the same. Now let's see what it means to do pass by value and pass by reference. So let's do pass by value first by creating the prototype first. Let's say int sum is equal to, let's keep a value in there because we need to add, let's keep 2 values because we have a and b. I want the sum of those two, and on their end and semicolon. That's how you define the prototype for a pass by value parameter function. Now you just come down here and you say sum a comma b. Don't get excited, you still need to define the function. Now you say int sum int x comma int y. Also, when you name these ints, they don't need to be the same as a and b. You can keep them a and b, but also you can keep them anything except for reserved words. So you just come down here, cout, the sum of a plus b is equal to x plus y, and end line. Also, I'm just printing it here. You can also, when you do use data type for a sum, it's much more professional to use return the sum than just saying print this statement. But I can also do this plus y. It does the same thing. There's no difference. Then you just take all you kept there. If you don't keep this statement, like comment this out, you just need to keep a print statement there. So it's similar. It's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now if you run this, we get that the sum of a plus b is equal to 3. That is right, because a is 0 and b is equal to 3, so we should get 3. Now let's do a pass by reference. So the purpose of using pass by reference is that void statements don't have return types, and it's not returnable. So if you want to return something in a void function, or if you want to return 2 variables or more in a returnable function, you use this pass by reference. So let's create a prototype. It's really easy. You just say, I'm going to use a void because I'm keeping the print statements and the function. I might even change the int sum as void in the description. So it's the same thing. Void subtract and I'm gonna pass by reference. So we're using pass by reference, you need to use ampersand symbol. Int ampersand, int ampersand. There we go, that is our prototype. Now let's keep this in here. When you're keeping it in your main function, you don't need to keep the ampersand symbol. And if you do keep the ampersand symbol in the main function, that's an error there. The program will not be executed. So subtract A, comma B. There you go. Now let's create this. Void, I used the void, right? It's void subtract int ampersand x. You can keep a space or you don't need to keep space, it doesn't really matter. Int ampersand y. Now enter. Curly braces. Now you say cout. Actually, let me increment x and y. Yeah, let me only increase x value here. Actually, increment x. Cout is equal to the difference between y minus x is equal to y minus x. Because we incremented, our thinking is that 3 minus 1 is 2. We're gonna get 2. Let me keep once again, like I'm gonna keep a space in the middle and line, and I'm gonna invoke the same one, but you're gonna see the answers will be different. The result is gonna be different. Also, I'm not returning anything here, it's just a print statement, but there will be one value that is gonna be returning back to main function. It's gonna change it. Now that we ran the code without any errors, look at this. We got these two are same, but look at this. The difference between y minus x is equal to 2, as we said. But look at this. The difference between y minus x is equal to 1. Interesting. Why did that happen? Because we did a pass by reference. Anytime we do a pass by reference here, this value is basically transferred back to A or whatever this thing is linked to. So if I did subtract B comma A, then the x and y values interchange. So basically you're adding 1 every time this function is ran. So we ran this the first time and we got A is equal to 1 when this function is done. Then we ran again, then we got A is equal to 2. Then we got the difference between y and x is equal to 1. That's why we got 2 and 1. I think that's all we're gonna be doing for today. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And I'll be coming out with another video shortly. Have a nice day.